Imagine waking up one day and realizing the universe has personally selected you for a lifetime of chaos. Not just bad luck, not just unfortunate timing, but cosmic-level, destiny-defying disasters that make you question if someone upstairs is running a social experiment. Today, we're counting down 13 people whose luck was so catastrophically bad, it almost feels intentional. And number 4, it'll make you grateful for every boring, uneventful day you've ever had. I'm your host at Ominus, where bad luck meets good stories. Let's begin. Number 13, Violet Jessop, the unsinkable survivor. 1911, Violet Jessop boards the RMS Olympic as a stewardess. Luxury liner, dream job. Then it collides with a warship. Massive damage. She survives. 1912, she's assigned to the Titanic. You know how that story ends. Iceberg, freezing water, 1,500 dead. Violet survives. Lifeboat number 16. 1916, World War I. She's now a nurse on the HMHS Britannic, the Titanic's sister ship. It hits a mine, sinks in 55 minutes. Violet survives again. 3 ships, 3 disasters, 3 times she walked away. Now, most people would call that lucky, but think about it. 3 near-death experiences before age 30. That's not luck. That's being a magnet for catastrophe. Violet lived in constant fear of water, of ships, of the ocean itself. She died in 1971, on land, finally. But imagine going to work and having your workplace sink 3 times. Would you call that lucky? Or would you call that a curse with a life vest? Number 12, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man who survived both atomic bombs. August 6, 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi is in Hiroshima on a business trip, engineering work, final day. He's heading to the train station when the sky explodes. The atomic bomb, little boy, 80,000 people vaporized instantly. Yamaguchi, ruptured eardrums, severe burns, temporary blindness, but alive. He drags himself to a shelter, spends the night in agony. Next morning, he does something insane. He goes home to Nagasaki. August 9th, 3 days later, he's in his office, bandaged, burned, traumatized, telling his boss about the Hiroshima bomb. His boss doesn't believe him, calls it impossible. Then the windows shatter. Fat man. The second atomic bomb. 40,000 dead. Yamaguchi survives again. Same man. 2 nuclear weapons. 3 days apart. He lived until 2010. Died of cancer at 93. But think about the odds. Being in the wrong city at the wrong time is bad luck. Being in 2 wrong cities at 2 wrong times? That's not coincidence. That's the universe personally testing how much one human can endure. Number 11, Anne Hodges, the only person ever hit by a meteorite. November 30th, 1954. Anne Hodges is taking a nap on her couch in Alabama. Normal Tuesday afternoon. Suddenly, her ceiling explodes. A meteorite, an actual rock from space, crashes through her roof, bounces off her radio, slams into her hip at terminal velocity. 8.5 pounds of extraterrestrial material. She wakes up bruised, terrified, and part of history. The only confirmed human ever struck by a meteorite. Now, space rocks hit Earth all the time. They land in oceans, deserts, empty fields. But this one, it found Anne's living room, found her couch, found her hip. Scientists calculated the odds, 1 in billions, literally. She became famous overnight, but not in a good way. People called her cursed. Her husband sued for ownership of the meteorite. Her landlord sued for damages. She spent years in court battles. The rock that made her famous destroyed her life. She died broke and miserable in 1972. So was she lucky to survive? Or unlucky to be chosen by the cosmos for target practice? Number 10, Frano Selak, the luckiest unlucky man alive. 1962. Frano Selak is on a train in Croatia. It derails, plunges into a frozen river. 17 people drown. Selak swims out, broken arm, hypothermia, but alive. 1963. He's on a plane. The door flies off mid-flight. He's sucked out, falls thousands of feet, lands in a haystack. Everyone on the plane dies. Selak walks away. 1966. Bus crashes off a bridge into a river. 4 dead. Selak climbs out through a window. 1970. Car catches fire while he's driving. Explodes. He jumps out seconds before. 1973. Another car fire. Fuel pump malfunction. Flames everywhere. He escapes with singed hair. 1995. Hit by a bus in Zagreb. Minor injuries. 1996. Driving in the mountains. Truck approaches head-on. He swerves, crashes through a guardrail. Car plummets 300 feet into a gorge. Selak jumps out at the last second, grabs a tree branch, watches his car explode below. Then, 2003, he wins the lottery. $1 million, finally good luck. Right? Wrong. He gave it all away. Said the money made him paranoid, that people treated him differently, that he was happy or poor. Frano Selak survived 7 near-death experiences. But was he lucky? Or was he cursed to live while everyone around him died? Think about that. 7 times he walked away. 7 times others didn't. That's not luck. That's survivor's guilt on an unimaginable scale. Number 9. Roy Sullivan, struck by lightning 7 times. 1942. Roy Sullivan is a park ranger in Virginia. Lightning strikes him, burns off his big toenail. 1969. Lightning again, burns off his eyebrows, knocks him unconscious. 1970. Third strike, left shoulder burned. 1972, fourth time, hair on fire. He has to dump water on his head. 1973, fifth strike, same thing, hair catches fire again. He starts carrying a bucket of water in his truck. 1976, sixth bolt, ankle injured. 1977, seventh lightning strike, chest and stomach burned, hair on fire, again. 7 times, documented, verified, Guinness World Record. Roy became terrified of the sky. He believed a cloud was following him, hunting him. And honestly, can you blame him? Most people never get struck once. Roy was hit 7 times. He survived all of them, but the fear never left. He died in 1983, not from lightning, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The official cause? Depression? But really? The man was exhausted, tired of waiting for the 8th strike, tired of being the universe's favorite target. So was Roy lucky to survive 7 lightning strikes? Or unlucky to be struck 7 times? You decide. Number 8, Jeanne Rodgers, the woman who lost everything to one lawyer. Jeanne Rodgers was a successful businesswoman in California, built her company from scratch, divorced her husband in 1996, standard divorce, assets split, done. Except her ex-husband's lawyer, Dennis Hoover, became obsessed with her, not romantically, legally. He filed over 700 lawsuits against her over 20 years, 700. Restraining orders, property disputes, harassment claims, defamation suits, all frivolous, all meant to destroy her. And it worked. Jeanne spent over $1 million in legal fees, lost her business, lost her home, lost her savings, all to defend herself against a man who had nothing to do with her life except ruin it. She won most of the cases, but it didn't matter. Because the process is the punishment. Think about that. You did nothing wrong, but someone decides to make you their project, their obsession, and the law allows it. Jeanne died in 2018, broken, and still fighting lawsuits. That's not bad luck. That's systematic destruction disguised as justice. And the worst part? It was completely legal. Number 7. Costis Mitsotakis, the man whose bad luck became a miracle. 1976, Costis Mitsotakis is a Greek businessman, successful, wealthy, happy. Then he gets into a car accident, severe. He's paralyzed from the neck down. Doctors say he'll never move again, never walk, never live a normal life. His wife leaves him, takes the kids. His business partners abandon him. Friends disappear. In 2 years, he loses everything, his body, his family, his fortune, his future. Most people would give up, but Costis didn't. He spent years in rehabilitation, experimental treatments, sheer willpower, and slowly, impossibly, he started moving again. Fingers, toes, arms, legs. By 1985, he was walking. By 1990, he had rebuilt his business empire, remarried, reconnected with his children, became wealthier than before. Today, he's in his 70s, still walking, still thriving. So was the accident bad luck? Yes, objectively catastrophic. But it taught him something most people never learn. That rock bottom isn't the end, it's the foundation. And sometimes the worst luck of your life is just the setup for the comeback. Number 6, Aron Ralston, 127 hours of regret. April 26, 2003. Aron Ralston is hiking alone in Utah, Blue John Canyon. Beautiful day. He's climbing down a narrow slot canyon when an 800-pound boulder shifts. Traps his right arm against the wall. He's stuck, completely. No one knows where he is. He didn't tell anyone his plans. First rule of hiking? Always tell someone where you're going. Aron broke that rule, and it nearly killed him. Day 1, he tries to move the boulder. Impossible. Day 2, he rations his water. 2 liters, that's it. Day 3, hallucinations start. Day 4, he's drinking his own urine. Day 5, he accepts he's going to die, carves his name and date of death into the canyon wall. Day 6, April 30th, something changes. Survival instinct kicks in. He realizes the only way out is amputation. He breaks his own arm bones, uses a dull pocket knife, cuts through tissue, muscle, nerves. Takes an hour. Then he rappels down a 65-foot cliff, hikes 7 miles, finds tourists, survives. Now, Aron's bad luck wasn't the boulder. It was his decision. One mistake, one moment of carelessness. And it cost him his arm, but it gave him his life. He's now a motivational speaker, father, husband, still hikes, still climbs. So was he unlucky? Or did his bad luck save him from worse luck down the line? Because that's the thing about disasters. Sometimes they're warnings, sometimes they're lessons, and sometimes they're both. Number 5. The Lawson Family, Christmas Day Massacre. December 25th, 1929. The Lawson family lives on a farm in North Carolina. Charlie Lawson, wife Fanny, 7 children, poor but happy. That morning, Charlie takes the family into town, buys everyone new clothes, new shoes, has a family portrait taken. Everyone's smiling. They return home, start preparing Christmas dinner. Then Charlie grabs his shotgun and murders his entire family, wife, 6 of his children, one by one. His eldest son, Arthur, was out running errands. He survived. Charlie then walks into the woods and kills himself. Why? No one knows. No warning signs, no explanation. Some say debt, some say mental illness, some say a secret too dark to speak. But here's the eerie part. That family portrait? Taken hours before the murders. They're all smiling, all dressed in their new clothes, none of them knowing what's coming. Arthur Lawson lived the rest of his life haunted. He died in 1945, never recovered. Now, was the Lawson family unlucky, or was Charlie's madness inevitable? Either way, their bad luck was being born into that family, on that farm, on that day, and there was no escaping it. Number 4, Harrison Okene, buried alive underwater for 60 hours, May 26, 2013. Harrison Okene is a cook on a tugboat off the coast of Nigeria, the Jascon 4, crew of 12. Harrison is in the bathroom when the boat capsizes, flips upside down, sinks 100 feet to the ocean floor. 11 crew members drown immediately. Harrison is trapped in a 4-foot air pocket. Complete darkness, underwater, bodies floating around him, sharks circling outside, no food, no water, no way to signal for help. 100 feet below the surface, freezing water, pitch black, for 60 hours. Your entire world is 4 feet of air. You can hear the ocean pressing against the hull. You can feel the cold water rising. You know rescue isn't coming, because no one survives a sunken ship. You're already dead. The paperwork's been filed, but you're still breathing, still hoping, for 2.5 days. Then, on May 28th, a rescue diver appears, looking for bodies, not survivors. He sees a hand reach out of the darkness, Harrison's hand. The diver screams into his radio. They pull Harrison out, alive, hypothermic, traumatized, but alive. Harrison never went back to sea, suffers from PTSD, nightmares, can't be in enclosed spaces, can't be near water. His bad luck was being in that bathroom at that moment, but his survival? That was a miracle wrapped in a nightmare, and he has to live with both. Number 3, the Donner Party, when bad decisions meet worse luck. April 1846, a group of American pioneers sets out for California. The Donner Party, 87 people, families chasing the promise of a better life. They take a shortcut, the Hastings Cutoff, supposed to save time. It doesn't, it adds weeks. By the time they reach the Sierra Nevada mountains, it's late October, and the snow starts falling. They're trapped, no way forward, no way back. Winter hits hard, temperatures drop to 25 degrees Celsius, food runs out, livestock dies. By December, they're eating boiled hides, tree bark, shoe leather. Then they start eating each other. Cannibalism, the only way to survive. Rescuers finally reach them in February 1847, 4 months later. 48 survivors, 39 dead. Families torn apart, children orphaned. The survivors never spoke of what they did, what they ate, what they became. Was the Donner Party unlucky? Or was it catastrophically bad decisions that led to inevitable tragedy? A shortcut that wasn't shorter, a gamble that didn't pay off, a winter that showed no mercy. Their bad luck wasn't just misfortune, it was compounding failures that turned a dream into a nightmare. And the worst part? It could have been avoided. One different decision, one different route, and 39 people might have lived. That's the cruelest kind of bad luck, the preventable kind. Number 2, Juliane Koepcke, the girl who fell from the sky. December 24, 1971, Christmas Eve. Juliane Koepcke is 17 years old, flying over the Peruvian rainforest with her mother. Lanza Flight 508, lightning strikes. The plane disintegrates midair. 91 people on board. Juliane falls from 10,000 feet, still strapped to her seat. She wakes up the next morning on the jungle floor, alone, broken collarbone, concussion. Her mother is gone. Everyone is gone. She's the only survivor, in the Amazon. No rescue coming. So Juliane walks, for 11 days, following a stream. Water leads to people. She survives on candy from the wreckage. Maggots infest her wounds, starving, hallucinating. Then, on January 3rd, she stumbles into a logging camp. Half dead, survives. She fell from the sky and lived. That's the duality of bad luck. It destroys, but sometimes it also forges. Number 1, Job, the original bad luck story. Thousands of years ago, Job was a wealthy, righteous, and happy man with a large family and vast livestock. Then, God and Satan made a bet over his faith, deciding to test him by destruction. In one day, Job lost everything, his wealth, his workers, and tragically, all 10 of his children, when a windstorm collapsed the house where they were feasting. But Job did not curse God. The tests escalated. His body broke out in painful boils, and his wife and friends told him he must have sinned to deserve such suffering. Job suffered, questioned the heavens, but never broke his faith. Eventually, God restored him, granting him new children, more wealth, and a long life. Job's story is the oldest example of bad luck in human history. It teaches the hardest lesson of all, that sometimes bad things happen to good people, not because they deserve it, but because life is chaotic and unfair. Faith, resilience, and hope are the only tools we have to fight back. So there you have it. 13 people whose luck was so catastrophically bad, it makes your worst day look like a minor inconvenience. Some survived, some didn't, but all of them remind us of one simple truth, that we're all one moment, one decision, one coincidence away from disaster. Which story hit you the hardest? I'd genuinely love to know what you're thinking right now. Drop your thoughts below, and hey, if this kind of content is your thing, stick around. Next time, we're diving into something even darker. 13 cursed movie sets where actors actually died, real deaths, real curses, real Hollywood nightmares that never made it to the credits. Trust me, you'll want to hear those stories. Until then, be grateful for your boring, uneventful, beautifully average life. Because bad luck, it's always one step away. I'm out.